Well, good morning, traders. And we've seen some headlines coming through that the Senate have passed the 484 billion stimulus for small businesses and hospitals and various factors around that. We'll see if there's any kind of reaction to that. We've seen the ECB talking about using junk bonds as collateral. And obviously we've seen a number of earnings from the likes of Netflix and United, and those factors at a bottom-up level need to be factored in. But it's been a risk-off night again, and we've seen oil very much at the dominant situation there. So let's have a look at the prices and let's set the scene for Asia today.
Okay, let's have a look at the close then. You've got S&P down 3.1%, 27.36. Seems like a big move, but I think Vols were sort of predicting they've been there on the money. If you look at the VIX, 45.4, sort of gives daily moves, implied moves up or down of 2.9%. If you have a look at the futures markets here for Asia as a setup, you've got SPY futures down 2.1%, so it's going to be a fairly ugly day in terms of the open, and you've got Nikkei futures down 1.7, Hang Seng futures down 1.3, and China looking, in terms of the A50 down 75 basis points there. All eyes on oil, as you'd imagine. We're looking at the June contracts for WTI and Brent. We've got WTI down as low as $6.50. Brent price is down at 17.51. Those storage issues are not going away in the June market, so don't expect to see, a complete, a move strongly higher going through there. It's all been about the Vols markets. Everyone's been focused on oil Vols. 325 on the oil VIX. Got as high as 517, but 325 still gives a sort of a daily implied move up or down of about 20%. And actually, if you have a look at the VIX curve, have a look at these different contracts. It's not just been, selling in the June contract or the July contract, but it's across the curve. I'm specifically really focused on what's happening at sort of fifth month or so. We're in October. That's still giving us some pretty dire reads coming through. So it's not just been about front month. This has been a whole curve exercise. In terms of what we've been seeing in terms of inflation expectations, it's something I always look at really closely when oil prices are falling. And you've got break-even levels down a couple of basis points. I'd probably expect it to be more than that personally. And actually, if you go into FX markets, you can see obviously some selling of the high beta, high frequency currencies there, the risk-off currencies, the petro currencies, all getting a bit of a working over. The dollar up about 25 basis points, largely because the euro dollar is largely unchanged from the session there. So an interesting moves trading with Pepperstone.